Hello, and welcome to my presentation on geographers in business. In this video, we will start off with the difference between private and public sectors. Where in the private sector do geographers work? What is economic geography? And careers and niches available for geographers within the business world. All right, so here we're going to start off with the private sector versus the public sector. The private sector is going to be part of the economy that's not controlled by the government. Jobs here are ran by corporations, individuals, groups. These jobs are not publicly provided to or anything like that. That would fall under the public sector. This is the part of the economy that is controlled by the government. It includes careers in law enforcement, firefighters, National Park Service, libraries, public schools, Department of Transportation, things like that. Um, these jobs are funded by state and local taxes, which is why they're private. They're public jobs. So the public is what pays for these services, while the private is paid by an investor, an owner, um, a conglomerate of owners, a group that um, is who is paying for this employment. All right, next we're going to head off to where in the private sector do geographers work. The private sector is a great place for geographers to find jobs that are both sustainable and flourishing, even though the term geographer isn't customarily used in some instances. Some of these jobs aren't going to have the term geographer in the title, but is associated with the studies that you've done in your undergrad or graduate career. These positions can be in companies that you otherwise would not see as an option. These companies could be involved in technology, aeronautics, landscaping, energy, and even retail and manufacturing. Um, so a lot of these fields are not places that many of us are looking to when we think I'm going to go to school for geography, that I have a plan to go into retail, even though that is very much an option in certain instances. Moving on next to what is economic geography. Economic geography is a subfield of human geography that keys in on economic activity and all the positive and the negative things that affect it, and reversely, how the economics affect the population or the people that live in this area. How is the economics of um, the system that they're a part of going to affect the population that reside there? Economic geography is the study of monetary movement internationally and how to fix economic inequalities and other economic problems. The Human Development Index, which compiles data about life expectancy, education, per capita income, they rely on economic geographers as they demonstrate inconsistencies and concentrations in the world's economic activity, which ties into the beginning part, which is going to take the Human Development Index is going to take this data, compare it with the census to figure out the amount of people that the economics are affecting. All right, now we're moving into the career and niches that are available for geographers within the private sector. The majority of careers are going to be with larger groups. For geographers, these roles are in environmental consulting, um, software development and database management, real estate and retail markets, large mapping companies and organizations, and transportation and logistics departments of major corporations. These corporations around the world need to expand their operations to compete with other corporations that are getting and obtaining the best minds in the geography field and other fields of education. And to do this, they need the knowledge from geographers regarding place, space, and time on multiple different levels. Analyzing and understanding the impact of differences and interactions among cultural, political, legal, business, human, and natural resources are some of the activities that attract geographers to positions with modern global corporations. And that leads us into some companies that employ geographers. According to the AAG, um, the American Association of Geographers, there are over 380 private sector employers for those seeking careers in geography. That's based off of 57 geography department alumni web pages. Okay, so this is far from the full list that was given on the website. But some of these companies include Alabama Power, which would be an energy job, Apple is technology, Cisco would be data and technology, Chevron, Devon Energy, Esri, which I'm sure we all know, Gulfport Energy Corporation, John Deere, Utah Clean Systems Coalition, Walmart, there's the retail, New York Times, a lot of news services, news channels are going to want geographers on their staff. Minebay, Mitsumi Aerospace, Terracon is a landscaping company, which they even have a place here in Ridgeland up by Jackson, and Excel Energy. A lot of different options. This is far from all there is. Lots and lots and lots of opportunities out there in the private sector for geographers. Now we're going to meet a few professionals within the private sector of geography. We're going to start with Dr. Nia Jones. She is the managing director of Get Rooted Consulting. She is a health geographer, applying scholarship on place and social justice and to improve marginalized communities. She's observing how social justice plays out over place, space, and time using her skills in social justice and place based geographic research. Dr. Donald Poland, he is the managing director and senior vice president of urban planning at Goldman and York Property Advisors in Connecticut. He began his educational journey actually as a psychology major, geography minor before double majoring in geography. So that further goes to prove that you don't have to start with geography to end up there. He focuses on market research, land use, and coordinated planning with architectural firms or his clients. But he also has obligations to consulting, whether that be organizational or economic development consultation. Lastly, we have Peter Lentz. He is a senior geospatial analyst at Distillery Technology Company. And he took his path from geography with working a public sector job with the National Park Service to building a career in data analytics. He primarily uses GIS coding and census data to create programs and models that allow for faster data collection and detection. An example of this, and actually how he said he got hired to Distillery, was that he created a detection software that would find anomalies in um, people's commutes daily. He found people who worked in New York City but said they commuted every day from Florida. But this was an anomaly because who can commute from Florida to New York in the morning and afternoon when they get off work? And they were doing this to get out of paying taxes. So, a lot of options here. And all of these videos, all these interviews are available on the American Association of Geographers under the page Geography, Careers, and Business. And we're going to finish this off with the perception of geography in the private sector. Most corporations, due to the vastness of the discipline of geography, they fail to grasp many of the fundamental aspects and components of geography that we all know. So, when interviewing for a position in the private sector, try to alliterate your knowledge and display your abilities of the field and be creative in how you present the benefits of geography. Try to pitch to them why having a geographer on their staff would be different than having someone of a different background, a different education, that your mindset, your vision, your education, the things you've learned in school, explain to them why they make you specifically a great option, a great perspective to have on the company's future, and tell them why that can enhance it, why that can be beneficial for them to have you, a geographer, on their staff.